Hey everyone, how's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you another episode, Coffee with Coach. Hope you're up doing well. Got the mind in the right place. If not, as always, let's put it in the right place. So, want to share with you guys something that I've been listening to over and over and over again for the last couple days. It's a interview with Alex Hormozi. If you don't know who he is, he's a social media guy, and he's got a lot of really good stuff for business owners and stuff like that, like myself, or just other things. But I just came across it, and I've been listening to it for the last couple of days, and there's so much good content in it that I'll probably share over the next week or so. But something that really grabbed my attention when I was listening to this, because it's like an hour long, was he says, I want to die with an excess of I.O.Us. Okay. And what's he mean by that? Because the guy that's interviewing him was asking him, what are your mission statement? Like what's important to you? Like, what are you trying to do? And he named off a couple things, and he says, like helping people, like goodwill. And, the guy says, can you define, goodwill? And he says, it's giving in excess of things than, what you take, giving more than what you take from things or from people. And, he's talking about like providing value for people, like in their businesses and stuff like that. Like, of course, you pay him for things to improve your business. So you give him some money, but he's going to give you a lot more, on your return on investment kind of thing. And I just thought that was kind of fitting because he was talking about before that, like it changed. When he first started out in business, it was all monetary, like it was all about money. And over the course of time, that has changed, and I can relate to that. And that's why I'm sharing it, because in the beginning with jiu-jitsu, I've shared this story many times. I hated my job so much. I just resented going to work every day, and I was stuck there doing things that just weren't helping people. I was building SUVs at General Motors, here in Texas, and I just wasn't happy. I just didn't want to do that anymore, and it wasn't providing any value. I was providing value for my family. I was making money, good insurance, but that's not what it's all about. And over time, when I quit jiu-jitsu, that was kind of like the purpose of it. Like, I really love jiu-jitsu, but I needed to make money to make up for the money that I was no longer making at General Motors. And over the course of 14 years, going on 15, you come to realize like how jiu-jitsu can be used as a platform, as an engine to help direct people's lives back into the right direction. Okay. In the beginning, you just think about jiu-jitsu as like self-defense, good workout, something challenging, something that's, just something that's going to give you a little push of some sort. But you don't really realize through the course of time how much it helps people, more on a mental level than it is physical. Okay. Because everyone knows it's physical. You're wrestling with someone else, another opponent, and you're trying to submit them and choke them and everything else. But over the course of time, I realized like I've seen what it does for people, how it changes people, how it'll take people that were struggling in life, somewhere in life, in their personal life, struggling, and then they come across jiu-jitsu, and then it completely changes them and puts them in a much positive direction. I see it all the time. I see it on a daily basis. Some people, they're just doing really good. Their finances are great, and their personal life is great, and their relationships are great, and they're just there to just get a good workout. But I would say for the most people that I deal with, and I would say it's true across all academies in jiu-jitsu, is that people are looking for something. They're missing something. And then that's what somehow they get gravitated towards jiu-jitsu. And through the process of, being in the atmosphere and the training, their lives start to change in a much positive direction, and that's a really, really good feeling. Okay. So that became, and now is, the primary motivator for me, because I see like the difference that it's making in so many people's lives. So, when you do the right things and you're trying to help as many people as possible, the other things will just fall in place for you. So, this is what really grabbed my attention, because it was like, yeah, like, and like, for instance, yesterday with the Mission Arlington food drive that we did, we do that every year. It's been 11 years now. We started it in 2011, and then we'll go right into the Christmas toy drive. So we're getting ready to start that up. We'll put up the Christmas tree in the academy, Santa Claus, and blow up reindeer and all this stuff, decorate the school. And then we'll start the toy drive, and then we'll go deliver the gifts. Not only is it a great feeling, but you just don't know how far like the turkeys and the food that we delivered yesterday are going to go, and the families that it's going to help, and just make a better Thanksgiving for people. And then with the toys and the toy drive, like they have the Mission Arlington has a great like Christmas store, and we worked it 1 year, and you got to just see the families that come in and get to pick out the gifts and stuff like that. So goodwill, giving an excess of compared to like what you take from things or people, just providing value. And I feel like if you're in a position where you're just not really doing all that great, if you just help someone else and you just give to someone else with nothing like expected in return, it will change things for you. I mean, I just think that's just the way the universe works. Like, that's just the way it is. There's just how it's always been. But if you're always trying to look to take and pull from the system, the universe, you're not going to get much in return. Maybe for the short term, but long term, I just don't think, it'll last that long. So, this guy was talking about, how his perspective changed, his mindset have changed. And when he says, I want to die with an excess of I.O.Us, it just hit me like, yeah, like that's what it's about. Now, I was talking to someone the other day, and they're just like, because I'm a hard coach. I'm a hard person to deal with. Even with my friends and family members, I get called certain names. I can't even repeat them, but that's because I have high expectations. I have really, really high expectations. I have the bar set really high for my family and for the people around me. And so if your bar isn't set high, it's really hard to spend any time with you, or a lot of time with you at all, because I'm not growing from you. I need to be able to grow from you. If you want to be around me, you're not going to just hang out with me and then like just pull everything from me. I need to be able to get some things in return. That to me is how a relationship works, how a friendship should work. So point being is, like someone said recently, like, you piss a lot of people off. My response back is like, that's okay. Because they were kind of referring to like, you're going to die lonely sometime, in that sense, right? But I don't feel that way. I feel that the literally thousands of people that I've helped through the years of jiu-jitsu, okay? Because I'm going in on 15 years come next year. The amount of people that I helped get their life back in order, like their health, put years back on their life. Not only their life, but it trickles down into their families' lives. Now their kids are eating healthier, and their kids are working out, and their families are doing better. Their finances are better, because I talk about so much about finances and budget and credit scores and making sure like those things are in order. The people that have turned their finances around and having broke mindsets and changing those into a better mindset, and all these other things. And then the food drives and the toy drives and all these things. There's a lot of IOUs out there because of the things that I do. And if there's the small set of people around me, or the small amount, the percentages of the ones that I pissed off because I want them to be better and do better, or if they want to be around me, they have to do better, because if they don't, then I just cut them off, because I can't, like I said, grow from you, or I'm not getting anything from you. Or if I hang out with you too much because your poor, broke, weak, soft mindset is going to eventually, through osmosis, like filter into my mindset, those things got to be cut off. That's not my fault. That's not my fault that those individuals haven't fixed those things. I haven't always been this way. Throughout the process of years, I've read more, I've listened more, I've tried more, and I just want to do more. So in that case, yeah, I will. Throughout that process and thinking like that, you will be pushing people away, okay? But those people are the ones that are at fault, because they need to fix those things. Where I can't help anyone if I'm not doing good. I can't help anyone if I'm not healthy, if my finances aren't in order, if the business isn't doing good, if I'm just not doing good mentally or physically. If I can't even help myself, how can I help other people? So it's very, very important that I'm very protective over those things that I've just listed, so that I can give as much as I want to give, and that I would like to give and will continue to give. Because to me, that's what it is. What I'm looking at on my notes here that I wrote down was goodwill. What is the definition of goodwill? Giving excess of what you take from people, providing value, helping as many people as you can through the process of whatever it is that you do. And like the things yesterday with the food drive, you know, it's when we get done unloading the trucks and we deliver everything. Tilly Bergen, if you don't know who she is, she's awesome. She's like 90 something years old, and she's like pulling turkeys out of the truck, and these turkeys are like 20, 22, 23 pounds. She's carrying canned goods. And I know my dad tried to like ask her if she needed help, and you know, she's like, I got it, you know, because he tried to just, you know, do a polite thing, but she's like, we're all working and pulling stuff out anyways. After that all done, she has us all hold hands in a circle, and she says a prayer. I love that. It means a lot. So every year we do that. So it's those kind of things, like you just, like, again, you just don't know where that food's, whose lives it's going to make a difference in. You're just getting it done. You're just making it happen with no expectations in return. It just feels great. And this is what I wanted to share. I think more people should try to do that. And I appreciate all my students that did help out with that, because it takes time, it takes money, you know, inflation and food costs more, and you got your own family to worry about. But for those that opened up and bought some goods and then brought them in, those things are going to go a long, long way. Okay. So anyways, when he says, I want to die with an excess of IOUs, that was some pretty deep stuff. I like that. And that's the direction where my mindset is headed, and the way I would like to be as well, is when that time comes, whenever that is like to be on that deathbed and just feel good. Like, yeah, I pissed some people off, but I've helped way more people out in the world than I pissed people off. Okay. So really good stuff today. Hope that helps. Catch you guys on the next one. You have a great day. We'll see you.